17 people have now died as California continues to be battered by severe weather for yet another week. 2 of the recent deaths were from lightning strikes, and a young boy remains missing after he was swept away by floodwaters. The entire community of Planada have been evacuated. Emergency crews had to pull a woman and a girl to safety after 2 cars fell into this sinkhole. These are scenes taken from a trapped member at Planet Fitness. This is footage from Union Station in LA as passengers had to be shuttled out with golf carts. The driver of this Tesla had to be pulled to safety after losing control in the rain and smashing through someone's wall and into their pool. As of right now, 22 million people are under flood warnings, and forecasters warn that yet another, quote, enormous cyclone is poised to bring up to 10 more inches of rain to Northern California in the coming days. But of course, as more develops, which it bloody will, I'll keep you guys updated.
So now LA is underwater. Crazy, right? As it was burning with wildfires just a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, probably less, and now it's completely flooded. So what's going on? This is more craziness, right? From 2025. So other places like Detroit and Boston are also underwater. And on top of that, they are freezing. Like the roads are freezing and they're locking cars in. And some people have even had their houses flooded, and then that water has frozen, like freezing their whole house.
Basement is flooded. We've been calling since 1 a.m. for help, and nobody has came to help us. We're just trying to leave the house.
So what do you think? Is this natural? Of course, many people are going to say that this is, oh, well, it's always cold in winter. But guys, this is not natural. This is happening everywhere. Like I said, LA has gone from fire to flood, as there were quite a few fires in America. So what is going on with all this weather mod, if you know what I mean? It's getting crazy out there. They're really starting to attack us. Really, with this is a weather war, right? They're destroying houses, homes, land, businesses, and I think we all know why. I mean, number one is to create confusion and, just to give everyone a really bad, hard time. But number two is they want all the land. They want to buy all this land cheap. They want to devalue it, put people in a place where they're going to have to spend a lot of money to rebuild and everything. And then they want to swoop in and buy it all out from under them. Why? One reason is rare metals. A lot of these places happen to sit on top of rare metals that mining companies are trying to get into. And the other reason is the 15-minute smart cities, right? This is the plan. So, a lot of good stuff happening. We're seeing lots of movement with the Trump administration, whether you love him or you hate him. He's exposing a lot of government corruption. He is, letting RFK fix the food chain, get all the chemicals out. They're looking at farming and all these Monsanto products and chemicals that have been sprayed all over our food for decades. It's looking like he's going to stop that, and that will impact the whole world as well. And so many other things. He's stopping the war, or trying to. He's in negotiations with Russia, Ukraine, China, Europe, everywhere. So, lots happening, man. He's only been in power for a month, and look what's going on. So it's going to be an interesting year. I'm definitely going to be watching to see what happens, and hoping that he carries out all these things that he started. And it's kind of looking like he will. Now, the other thing that's happening is aeroplanes. So as of today, just in the USA, in 2025, not even 2 months in, there have been 95 aeroplane collisions. Some of them have been on the ground, like literally on the tarmac in airports. Planes have been running into each other. And of course, we've had planes falling out of the sky.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! What the hell? What the hell?
We had one in Canada flip onto its roof.
Oh, fuck. Oh, oh, no.
A passenger plane. We've had 2 military planes, like proper $100 million plus fighter jets, fall out of the sky as well, crash. Light planes, so this is across the board. This has been military, passenger, and private planes. They're all falling out of the sky, running into each other, and of course, even helicopters, right? We've had helicopters involved in some of these. So what does that mean? What is going on? What could be going on to cause, airplanes to crash, flash flooding, fires, some other things, the fog, which I haven't heard a lot about lately, but we had the fog back late January, early February that was, turning up all over the place. And the other thing that's been going now for almost since the start of the years is flickering lights.
That's not doing it, it's just outside.
Waynesboro, Virginia. We have blinking light syndrome here too. Haven't seen any drones.
Okay, legit, I had to pull over and pull this back up because I thought maybe it's a car party, right? There's a bunch of those weird looking Tesla vehicles over there, and I thought maybe it's a car club. They're just all meeting up.
So what could be causing all this? Please let me know. Leave me your comments below. What do you think could be the cause? Is this just all unrelated things that are happening, or are these all happening because of something that has changed, because of earth changes maybe? We started off seeing the orbs in the sky, right? The plasmoids, the plasma in the sky at the start of this year, or actually I think it was November last year that it started happening, and it's still going. So we're seeing plasma and some very interesting shapes in the sky that, you couldn't really call orbs. There's some really interesting plasma shapes that are starting to look a lot like the things that we see in cave paintings and all these old symbols, the origins of, dragons maybe, and Jacob's ladder, and all these different, the standing man. It looks like we're going towards these kind of plasma formations in the sky. So I think plasma is a part of this. Now, what else could plasma do? Well, plasma can affect the weather. Plasma can start fires, right? Electricity, lightning. Plasma can cause fog. Plasma can also mess with electrical systems, hence the flashing lights that have been going on everywhere. And is this the cause of all of the aeroplane crashes? Is the plasma, the high charge that's up in the atmosphere at the moment, is it messing with the aeroplane's instruments and causing these crashes, or at least causing pilots to not be able to see properly, right, to know exactly where they are? And so all these accidents and collisions are happening. In my mind, plasma looks like it could be the culprit for all of these things. And if you've looked into plasma, channels like J Dreamers who talk about the plasma that's coming, the plasma apocalypse, Like I said, we've got examples of plasma formations in old pictures and even cave drawings. And is there a reset coming? Is this what it is? Because what I think is happening is the frequency, the vibration, whatever you want to call it, right, is rising. Like the atmosphere is getting more electrically charged, which causes plasma. Again, right? So are we seeing in the sky the cause of all of these things, earth changes that are happening? Because one thing we do know is something is going on. There are big changes afoot. And, you know, this is everywhere, right? It's environmentally, to do with the weather for sure. It's also socially and politically at the moment. Big changes. So, you know, I said back in 2024 that 2025 is going to be a big year. There's going to be a lot going on, a lot of changes. And 2 months in, that is exactly what we're seeing. But ultimately, I see this as a good thing. Like I said, I think this is all to do with the atmosphere, our environment becoming more highly charged. And I think that we're flipping from a negative charge to a positive charge, which means that the people in charge should change from negative to positive, right? The negative people who have ruled for so long are no longer in charge, as far as they're no longer charged by the atmosphere, right? Electrically, magnetically charged. So they're no longer in power, right? They're not empowered. It's now the positive people that are going to be empowered because we've shifted into a positive frequency, a positive charge, as far as I'm concerned. This is, of course, my take on it all, my perspective. So please let me know your perspective. Do you agree? Do you not agree? What are you seeing out there? What's going on? Because definitely big changes. And to me, it looks like we are moving finally in the right direction. So there you go. Just a quick Weird World update. Please leave me your thoughts. What do you think's going on out there? Are we going somewhere better or somewhere worse? Is the atmosphere charging up? Is this all being caused by plasma? Are we in the apocalypse? You know, the age of Aquarius, right, is what we're in. So let me know in the comments, and please give me a like if you haven't, subscribe, all that kind of stuff, rah, rah, rah. And thanks for spending some time with me, and I'll talk to you all on the next upload. Bye for now.